Show. I am your host, the I Ching Guy.
And I'm your co-host, the I Ching Lady.
Collectively, we're known as the I Ching people. Maybe I need to do a little adjustment, so if we could put on camera 2 for just a second.
We don't have Shamrock with us again. As soon as it gets completely warm, we'll start bringing her out.
Yes.
Bringing her back to the show because, you know, she's a little part of this whole rigmarole. And the I Ching Guy, I bet you know what he's doing. He's adjusting the yin yang ball and the Chinese dragons. Because no matter how many times he adjusts it before the show starts, he readjusts it.
No, I meant to do this just before we went on the air. It was my fault. I just forgot.
Your fault?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually is.
Okay.
Not quite yet.
Just about got it? Okay. Do you want me to say some hellos?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say like a big hello to all our friends and family because sometimes I forget names here and there, and so in case it really covers everybody, our family and friends, and I consider anybody that watches the I Ching Show a friend. So hello to everybody out there. A special hello to Laura, who's just moved here, and my brother John and Janice, who are in Florida, and nieces Betsy and Haley and Sherry. And then there's Mr. Mittens out there. Hello to you.
We got to meet Mr. Mittens.
Yes, we did. We met Mr. Mittens. And let me see. I want to say hi to Spark and G. I understand our other two kids aren't around right now. They're downtown somewhere. So that means Victor and Victoria are downtown, playing around, probably in Pritchard Park, I would think. I want to say hi to Patrick and to Larry.
Yes.
And I don't think my sister Linda's able to watch us because she unfortunately had a funeral. A neighbor, old neighbor had passed away, so she's at that tonight. And I don't know about Jody and Keith, if they're watching. If you are, hi. Yeah, and any of our neighbors that are watching, hello to you. What you got there?
Okay, I'd like to say something. 3 things.
3 things?
While I'm thinking about them.
Okay.
See, viewers, I told you a few weeks ago, I showed you the way my house used to look in Miami. And they'll go ahead and switch it. Sure you get this gesture right so I don't look like I have light in my mouth. Which has happened before. It's been a while, but it could happen again. Are we able to put on the dice cam?
I don't think he heard you.
Can we put on the dice cam, please? Dice cam, please?
I think Jonathan's talking to him about something out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, go ahead with the other thing. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Okay, while they're preoccupied in the control room for a moment, I just want to say it again. A week or 2 ago, I said it before, and I just want to say it again. I'm not sure, but I believe, I don't know the order, but the top 6, as in shows on URTV, which are still going on right now. Mm-hmm. Okay. As far as I can tell, and if I'm wrong, I'd be happy if someone corrects me. The 6, yeah, it looks better. Thank you. The 6 oldest shows on URTV, which are still going on right now, are The Global Report, The Ellen B. Show, Citizen Speak, Attica Cherry, The Anti-Show, The Casey Waters Show, and there was one more. One other really old show. Can't think of it now. Okay. Citizen Speak, The Ellen B. Show, The Casey Waters Show, the Wallpaper Project, Attica Cherry, the Anti-Show, and what's the one
Jeff Turner?
No.
Oh, okay.
Someone that's been here before
Oh,
us.
okay, before us. Okay. Not sure. Not really
Okay,
sure.
I just
Yeah,
somehow
just kind of
see-
went blank on it.
Okay, as far as I can tell, Glow Lady TV, announced Glow Karmic, and the Mad Monk of Montfort show are both tied at being the 7th oldest shows on URTV. And then I think the 8th oldest show, because it's both of those two shows started October 2007, as far as I know. Then the 8th oldest show, I believe, is Jeff Turner Live Variety Show.
Hi, Jeff, if you're watching.
Hi, Jeff. Because his show, I believe, started September 2008.
Okay.
Then the 9th oldest show is this show right here, the I Ching Show. We are the 9th because we started 9th oldest, I believe, because we started April 2009. And I believe Tara and Friends Unedited, I think that's the 10th oldest show.
Oh, is it?
I believe so. All righty. So those shows are in the top 10. Anyway, as I was saying before, and I want to zoom in on it, on the dice cam, this is what my house looked like back then. Get this better. It's not a luxurious home, all that jive, but I mean, you know, it looked nice. You see, it's kept up. It looks nice. When we went down there, my house looks like this. Now it's officially a piece of crap. People who have owned it at somewhere along the lines, people have just not taken care of it. The whole thing is just running down. I always thought it looked like Washington, D.C. on Logan's Run movie.
Bad, huh?
And then here's an example. I mean, it's not so obvious there, maybe. There's the other picture I meant to show. They had a privacy fence. I don't know who put that on. But so I could not see over it. So I held the camera up above the fence, above my head and above the fence, and took two pictures blindly. So here's this, the better view one. We can switch to the dice cam, please. Control room, can we switch to the dice cam, please?
Okay, here it is.
Look at that right there. That's the back of the house. I mean, that is just falling apart. It was just, you think it was like in a bad neighborhood. And all the other houses in my old neighborhood look better. They don't look any worse. They look better than when I lived down there. And yet, what was my house is this is going on. So, as it was, someone else and myself had played with a Ouija board in Miami. And this would have been, put on dice cam again? Yes. This would have been like latter part of 75, early part of 1976. And the house was haunted for a while. And I have several witnesses to it. And we just kind of wonder, is the house, we're kind of suspecting that the house is somehow affected like this by that spirit, as in the spirit is still there and it's maybe causing bad luck for anybody who lives in it afterwards, to where whoever lives there afterwards, they can't afford to keep the place up.
And it looked really sad.
Yeah, you thought it looked sad. So, I mean, there's really no reason. I mean, I expected my neighborhood maybe look worse. No, all the houses looked better. I mean, they were noticeably better. I mean, the way my house looked in the original picture, that's what my neighborhood looked like. That. Don't you think all the other houses look better than
Well, yeah, we even went, because he was at the end of the street right next to the canal, we went completely down the street just to verify that and look at all the houses, and they
There were
all, if anything, they probably look better. Cause
definitely better.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it was noticeable. You think of the way my house used to look, that's what it looked like, which was not bad. but it wasn't anything to write home about.
Right, right. But it was nice. It was cute.
Yeah, and it was very well kept, kept up, and now it looks like the way it does now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's just a little warning there. Really, I advise you not to use a Ouija board, especially in your house. I mean, it might be all right. It's a roll of the dice. It might be all right. It may not be all right. Depends on what you draw in there. All righty.
Yeah.
I guess my other thing I want to say is an I Ching lesson. Now, I gave this lesson a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, but I don't think I gave it quite as good a lesson about it as I could have.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Looking into this I Ching book, which costed $100, which was very annoying, but it's a very, it was the most expensive book I've ever bought in my life, this one particular one. Well, anyway, I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay for me to say the title. It's called I Ching, an Annotated Bibliography, and it's 3 people contributed to it: Edward Hacker, Steve Moore, and Lorraine Patsko. All right, let me see if I can find him. Terrence McKenna and his brother. I'm in trouble remembering his brother's name now. Where are they? Okay, not here. In the other part of it. It's in 2 different alphabetical sections. Funny, I'm not seeing it. Let me try back from here.
Yeah, try to go backwards in it.
Yeah. Okay, it should be in here. Terrence McKenna, where is it? There's one McKenna.
Stephen.
Yeah, but I'm looking for
Terrence.
Terrence. Why am I not seeing him?
I don't know.
This is odd. Try one more look. I mean, I didn't have trouble finding it the last time. I don't know why I'm having trouble finding it this time. Okay, here we go. Dennis J. and Terrence K. McKenna. They were the McKenna brothers. Unfortunately, Terrence McKenna passed away in the year 2000, and his brother is still here. They went down to some South American country or Central American country, and this was like a during the hippie time period, and they ate or partook in herbs down there that help you. People would say it gets you high, and the more sophisticated thing would be to say that they get you into an ASC, an altered state of consciousness. And both of them tried to travel through time with the I Ching in terms of seeing things about the I Ching. And one of the things was his brother, Dennis McKenna, tried to go back in time. Terrence McKenna tried to go forward in time. And they, you know, regardless of some of their other theories, which could be like such as time wave 0, I'll bring that up another day. But there are other theories, because that takes a while to explain that. But there are other theories, for example. Okay, there's something called the Earth. You know, it rotates, but it doesn't just rotate like this and just keep spinning like this. It'll wobble a little bit, like a top is spinning, and then it just starts to wobble. It's getting ready to start to fall. The Earth is doing it. It's spinning, but it's not just spinning. It's a little wobble to it. And it takes something thousand years to go. It's in here. I never can get the number in my head. But it takes something thousand years to do one wobble.
To do one wobble?
Yes. And so during that time, on the vernal, a lot of people call it spring equinox. The proper name is the vernal equinox, V-E-R-N-A-L. On the vernal equinox, the sun is in whatever sign, and you can't see it, but you know they can calculate what's constellation, zodiac constellation. And for the last couple thousand years, the sun has been in Pisces on the morning of the vernal equinox. So because of that, we have been in the age of Pisces, and an age lasts about 2,000 years.
We got a call. We got a call.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll finish the lesson a little bit.
Hopefully. Maybe not.
Follow us on Twitter, it says.
Yes, please follow us on Twitter. And could you move that up, please?
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello there, viewer. Hello, viewer.
Oh,
Oh.
could you call back again? For some reason that call got dropped, so if you could call back again.
Yes, please. It's just a little technical thing. It's no problem. They can fix it. No problem. These things happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then every 2,000 years, the Earth, on the vernal equinox, we will get into, the sun will be in another sign on the morning of the vernal equinox.
In
each year,
another
and it'll
sign.
stay there for another 2,000 years. So some people think the next one is going to be Aquarius, which would make the age of Aquarius. Oh,
Okay, good. They called
Your call.
back. Hello? Hello?
hello, caller.
Hello, hey Shannon.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
Tanya. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was calling to see. Hey,
Hi.
I'm doing okay.
Did you find the chickens?
Tanya,
Yeah.
did you find the chickens?
No, we didn't. So that's why we were calling
Okay.
to see what the reading was on that.
Okay, we were waiting to do the reading on the show with you. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and we didn't want to do it ahead of time in case you had found them.
Yeah.
And then we, you know,
Has there been any trace, any information?
We were told this past Saturday from a good friend of ours that they were at the local auction being sold, but
Oh,
we really don't know the truth of that.
okay, you don't know if that's really what happened.
Yeah, we don't really know if that's what really happened or what, but
Okay,
we do know that word has been put out and a lot of people have been talking about it.
okay. Okay, how would you like us to?
well, we need to figure out what you want to ask.
Yes.
Maybe it's going to be like a trick question, I guess, if I Ching could maybe give us a possibility of where to look for these chickens
If-
or where the whereabouts of them are.
Well, if they got split up,
Yeah, or if they got split up or
they could have gotten split up if
Yeah.
they did. How many were stolen?
6.
6. Okay, they could have. It's possible they could have gone in 6 different directions.
And they all had little green bands on their legs as
Oh.
identification.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, if each one was auctioned separately, each one could have been bought by a different person in different places now. So I guess we could
Should just ask if
who did it.
or some insight on where they might be.
'Cause I'm just thinking that they could be split up.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah.
I mean, we
We
could.
have a
but-
very good suspicion that it may have been a neighbor
Oh.
that's a little bit afraid of some competition.
Oh dear.
Ah,
Okay. Okay.
so
Yeah,
you know,
we're
if
still looking for that Phoenix chicken.
Are you still looking for the Phoenix
We're
chickens?
still looking.
oh,
We looked at online to see what they look like. They are
Yes.
really interesting.
They are.
Yes.
I think I had seen one or two before somewhere, but it'd been so long I forgot. Because I seemed like I recognized it. Okay. Because you see, that's the problem.
You don't know if
could
they're
have been-
separated, but
They could be separated, and we know what's the I Ching going to say.
yeah. Okay. So how would you like to ask it?
Maybe what we need to ask is who's took them.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, you know they did not escape. They were stolen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Could you give us some insight into who took the chickens from Tanya?
Or where are they?
Yeah.
We can ask that.
Okay, all right.
Who and maybe where, or
Okay.
who maybe who and where are the whereabouts of the chickens
Because that would be
now?
two different questions.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for them to be split
The
up.
trick
That's the
question.
problem.
Yeah, it is
That's
a
the
trick.
problem.
Yeah, it's
they,
a
could-
trick.
they could be split up. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. They could be split up by now,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Or maybe, are they still in Buncombe County?
Okay.
And that would be a yes or no, so,
I'm kind of curious to know who did it.
yeah, you want to know who did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
where are the people who
Who are
took-
responsible for taking the chickens?
who were the
Yeah.
ones who took
Yeah,
the chickens?
okay, we'll try that.
Because this certain person we have a good interest of doing this, you know, like I said, they're afraid of little competition. They were good friends of ours at some point, and
Oh.
then they crossed our backs a couple months back.
Competition can get fierce,
Yes. Well-
especially when it comes to money, especially
Oh,
in
yeah.
these times where money is hard to come by. Jobs are hard to come by. People are getting desperate. Where is the person or persons who stole Tanya's chickens?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, this is a justice thing.
All right, that sounds good to me, and I'm gonna hang up now so I can turn the volume back up and watch them.
Okay, Tanya, before you hang up, how are your babies?
The babies are doing good.
Good.
They're growing like a weed.
I can't wait to see them. Do you know that next, I think it's not this weekend, but the following weekend at the Agricultural Center, there is going to be, I think, a dog expo. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, we have, and tomorrow night, I won tickets this past week on a local country station for Bull Mania for tomorrow night, so I'm taking the kids out to Bull Mania 2011.
Oh, good.
So they're gonna really enjoy that. We went last year, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, Tanya, sorry I couldn't answer your call when you called.
That's okay. I was gonna tell you she ought to enter the county fair under the music competition.
Who did?
Oh, the girl that was on the show?
Yes.
Oh, she's talking about Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny
Yeah,
Waite.
They have all kinds of things to do like that, and I think prizes are anywhere from $500 to $1,000 first place.
Wow.
So
Sheesh.
that might be something she's interested in doing in
Was-
September.
Wasn't she good?
She is, and
Yeah.
she's got a beautiful voice.
And she made you feel good to be around her. She just made me real happy on the set.
I can tell. I can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking whoever took it, it could be someone he got his two sons to do it, so he wasn't there. So how about where is the main person who is responsible for the theft of
Yeah.
Tanya's chicken?
Okay. Okay, Tanya, we'll go ahead and ask the question then.
Okay, sweetheart, and God bless you, and we love you, and we'll talk to you.
We love you
next week.
too.
Good fortune.
All right, good fortune to y'all too, and bye-bye.
Bye.
For the theft of Tanya's 6 chickens.
Where is the main person who is responsible for the theft of Tanya's chickens?
Tanya's 6 chickens.
6 chickens. Reason I said that is because I think they're trying to put it on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, you know, whoever did this, they could have paid somebody else to do it or whatever.
That's true.
And so, yeah, they're, you know, whoever else stole it, but it was someone else was really responsible.
Okay. Where are the?
Of.
Okay.
Where are.
The whereabouts of the main person responsible for the theft of Tanya's 6 chickens. That's good.
Okay, well, the first word would be proper English would be what? What are the whereabouts?
What are the whereabouts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just make it where is the person.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm interested in this myself.
Tanya's asking us on March 25th. Is that possible that it's March 25th already?
Yes, and so you saying that reminded me, this is the last week of this season of all of this particular season of all shows on URTV. Starting April 1st and everything after that is the next season of all the different things. So this is the last episode. A little while ago, you saw the last episode of this season of Glow Karmic. Right now, you're seeing the last episode of this season of the I Ching
Oh,
Show.
that's right, because Friday's the first.
Yes, and then at 8 o'clock, you'll see the last episode of this season of the Mad Monk of Montfort Show. The next week, all those shows, still be here at the same times, but it'll be the first episode of the new season, next season. All righty.
And for those of you who are watching for the first time, to get the hexagram, and you'll see what the hexagram looks like as we'll put it on the screen. There's 6 roles involved.
Yes, because there are 6 lines in a hexagram, hence why it's called a hexagram. And here we go. Now, on this date, Friday, March 25th, 2011, Tanya in Asheville is asking the I Ching, where is the main person who was responsible for the theft of Tanya's 6 chickens?
Where is the main person who is responsible for the theft of Tanya's 6 chickens?
All right. The I Ching will now answer us. And we have the first line, sometimes called the bottom line. And the I Ching is telling us that the first line, or bottom line, is a yang line, or a solid line. This is for the second line. I Ching is telling us that the second line is a yin line, or a changing line. But it's a yin line, or broken line, but it's a changing line. It'll give us a second hexagram. The third line is... Third line is also a yin line, or broken line. But it is also a changing line. And if the glow lady could come out here for just a moment. Alrighty. Now the fourth line is... The fourth line is a yang line, or a solid line. So far we have thunder below. Now for the fifth line. For the fifth line, the I Ching is telling us it is a yin line, or broken line, but it's also another changing yin line, or broken line.
Probably telling us that there's more than one person then.
Could be. And now for the sixth line, sometimes called the top line. And I Ching is telling us that the sixth line is also a yin line, or a changing line.
Wow, this is a
I don't
complicated
know
one.
if I've ever seen the I Ching give us this many. If it has, it's been a while. It's 4 changing lines.
I think we have before, but you're right. I think it's been a
Been
while.
a long time. Go ahead and move these over for the next one. First line stays the same. Second line changes. Third line changes. The fourth line stays the same. Fifth line changes. And the 6th line changes. So in the first one we have thunder below and thunder above.
Thunder below and thunder above.
So it'll be called thunder. I think it's also the arousing. So that's hexagram number 51. I believe it's also called shock.
Shocking.
Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Or the arousing, shock, or thunder. Kind of first thing came to my mind was Tanya would be shocked if she found out who stole those.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it's like someone she is maybe not expecting. I mean, she was suspecting that one neighbor, but if she found out the truth, she would be, you know, really shocked. It's like it might be someone who you never would have expected to do that, Tanya. The general fortune, okay, well, basically this is, well, I guess it'd be okay to give the general fortune. Let's see. Let me see if it seems applicable.
Yeah, since this is a different kind of question, you have to.
I better go ahead and just give it because the I Ching might be trying to tell Tanya you need to keep this in mind as well.
Okay.
General fortune, although there are many difficulties, the fortune is like some of your inventory being stolen. The fortune is changing from the dark to the light. Carefully conduct affairs, proceeding step by step in logical order, and overcome the difficulties. Your goals can then be reached, and good fortune is yours. You may enjoy sudden fame or fortune, or receive the trust and support of the multitude, as in winning some blue ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
You may succeed in or inherit someone else's business and reap both fame and fortune. So this neighbor, whether they were the ones to take it or not, may just go out, maybe have to fold and just let's Tanya and Miracle Farms have their stuff or buy it from them real cheap. On the other hand, over self-confidence, rejection of the opinions of others, or short-sightedness may lead to conflict or failure. You must be careful. Don't let it, if something like this does happen, don't let it go to your head, Tanya. Now that's general fortune, but more specifically, I'm gonna say with looking for someone. Far away, somewhere, something frightening, but no real danger. Look in the east.
So they're probably far away now.
Or we're looking for something far away, something frightening, but no real danger. Look in the east. The person or people, main person responsible. Okay, they could be just far away at the moment. They may have taken the chickens to an auction far away to the east.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, well, they could be visiting right now. Visiting a relative or friend.
The second line changing. A cataclysmic, is that how you say that?
Yes.
A cataclysmic upheaval can cause you great losses. Do not try to resist or fight the forces, since this is impossible. Instead, remove yourself from the dangerous situation. Become inaccessible. In time, you will recoup your losses.
Okay. This person may be kind of a dangerous person.
Mm-hmm. and the third line changing, an external blow of fate will put you to a test to test your inner strength. Try at all costs to maintain your composure. Look for an avenue of change that will alleviate the danger.
Okay.
Then the
Change will alleviate the danger. Perhaps changing some personnel. This might be a person who works for you, perhaps,
or has worked with you. I
or
don't
has
know.
worked with you.
Or has helped you.
Helped you. Fifth line changing.
Fifth line changes. This is really a complicated one. It's a long one.
Yes.
The shocks will continue and you will be faced with constant troubles and difficulties. You can survive the times if you actively change with the changes, thus remaining centered internally and externally. So does that mean be patient?
Yeah. Actively change, adjust to the changes, thus remaining centered internally and externally. As in, that's one of the lessons of the I Ching, by the way, viewers in general, is that nothing stays the same. Everything is always changing. And it may be really slow to where you can't see it, but it is changing. So things are changing. Sixth line.
The times are full of shocking occurrences which bring disorder to all of society. Well, that's true right now.
Well, also, this person might be stealing off other people.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, that she's not the only one.
Yes.
You cannot combat the times alone, and those affected are too confused to react appropriately. So it might be happening to other people.
Like Miracle Farms was not their only target.
Retreat is the best course, although it may bring criticism from others who do not comprehend your actions. So people that would think that you should go after him, but I Ching is saying retreat is the best course.
Yes.
For right now.
For right now. I would look into personnel also.
Or maybe somebody that she's done some business with. Because the shocking is the...
Yeah, I just keep taking that as it's someone who, if you found out who it was, you would be really shocked.
Yeah.
That's what I Ching could be saying right there.
And it was saying, look to the east.
Yeah, look to the east.
Look to the east, okay? Okay, and then the next hexagram
is hexagram number 1.
This is for the future, so let's hope that it gets better in the future.
This is called heaven or the creative. And a general fortune in the future. Everything is according to plans or expectations. Prosperity and the realization of fame and fortune. Over complacency, self-satisfaction, and arrogance or an overbearing manner will, however, summon misfortune. Accordingly, be careful, cautious, and thoughtful in doing things.
No.
Again, need to keep being careful.
Yeah.
That's probably why Miracle Farms has been doing pretty good as it is, especially in this economy, because she's been running it so well. But and been careful. She needs to continue to be careful.
Okay, so currently it said look to the east, but then in the future, apparently they've gotten moved.
No, what was that one? See this?
Okay.
Okay. Looking for someone in the future, this person. The image is one of great distance. Again, the search will take a lot of time. You should go in a northwesterly direction to conduct your search. Okay, that person may move to another place up there to the northwest in the future.
Or they could have been to the east of her now, and
No, I was starting to think that too. Like
And
right now,
yeah.
that person is over there.
and then
Visiting someone, it could be business or pleasure.
yeah. And
Great distance. That could also make sense in the sense that burglaries, I guess this is kind of like a burglary. You sneak into a place and take something without getting a gun in someone's face.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will make sure to go somewhere far away where no one knows them.
Yeah, and interesting that with the first hexagram for now, it was saying shocking. So like you said, I think Tanya would be shocked to know who this was.
I kind of tend to think that as well. Yeah, that's what came to my mind, is that you're going to be shocked, or this person is getting ready to move out there. Could be. But I keep thinking that's what came to my mind, is that, you would be like, so-and-so did this? Like, you would just
Be really
Tanya.
surprised, yeah.
Yes. Hence why they were able to do it,
Oh.
because she trusts them.
Mm-hmm.
So it could very well be that, Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then again, in the future, they may take off. I mean, if the heat may get on. They may steal from other people's farms, or steal whatever,
Yeah.
And then,
She's going to have to be really careful because they might come back there and steal again.
yes, I also got the impression possibly they're a bit dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
These
they'll.
are not nice people. They might have a violent reaction.
Boy, if you do, Tanya, if you do find that phoenix chicken, I would really guard it.
Oh gosh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You might have to keep it in the house. I would.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some room reserved just for.
You'd have to have yeah, it's got a long tail, so you'd have to give it plenty of room before you shut the door.
Yes. Yes, it could be very well that in the future they start to feel the heat and go up there, or they just happen to move up there. They take off before people can figure them out.
That's true.
Northwest of here would be eastern Tennessee.
Yeah, and that's for the future. So apparently, right now they might, for the present, they're in the east, and then for the future.
And that could be just where they live, northeastern Tennessee. Because there was a place in Virginia, it was like, this place is going north in Virginia, this 2 counties up. Way down in Statesville, someone was taking old Highway 21 or Interstate 77, and he was doing burglaries in that place. And then he made sure to do it where no one knows him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets seen by anyone, well, no one knows who he is. But they did catch him somehow.
Yeah, and then that second line changing, and the first hexagram was saying, in time you will recoup your losses.
Yes. I think that's also because of Tanya's good management.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a test to your inner strength.
Yes. I can imagine this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of work into raising animals.
Oh, yeah. So, and you get very attached to them, I mean, Tanya's got that heart like you and I have with animals that,
Yes.
they become part of her family.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're very much like Tanya in that sense.
Mm-hmm. We sure are. Did you want to try to read what?
Oh, yes. Hopefully that was helpful to you, Tanya. Get back to the I Ching lesson.
And Tanya, as time goes on, if you want to hear that again, let us know, because that was a lot to absorb at once.
Yes, and we have it stored up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have this wobble. The Earth has this wobble.
Yeah, show that again.
It's not just spinning, it's wobbling. And it takes like 100,000 years, I believe, or was about 12,000 years to do one wobble. It moves 1 degree over a typical human lifetime. So right now, what we've been hearing for the last 2,000 years is that on the morning of the vernal equinox, for the last couple thousand years, the sun was in Pisces, so we have been in the age of Pisces. Some people think that now it has moved over to the Aquarius. So we've entered the age of Aquarius. Hence that song, "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius." We are getting there. Some people think we already entered it. Some people don't think we'll enter it until 2120, the year 2120.
Why is there such a difference of opinion
That's
there?
what I'd like to know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's called precession. Because when it's doing this and the zodiac sign changes on the morning of Ostara of the vernal equinox every about 10,000 years, 12,000. When it does that, what was I saying? I just lost track of what I was saying.
You were talking about when it does that wobble every so often, what happens?
Yeah, I kind of lost track of what I was saying there.
It'll come back to you. Go ahead and.
Okay. Well, that's right. It doesn't go in order in terms of, because of like those two signs, you would think the sun, if you know astrology very well, you know, after Pisces, and you go back to the beginning, Aries. But when it wobbles, so that if the signs changed in order, it would be succession. But since it goes backwards, changing backwards order, it's called precession.
Okay.
All right.
That's what you were trying to.
And now, the McKenna brothers went down there, and here's some of the things they said.
Tell everybody again where they went to.
Somewhere in South America, one of those countries, and they were out in the backwoodsy part.
Okay.
They weren't like right in the main city.
Were they
out.
in America and they went there, or were they?
Yeah, they're Americans.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is what once Terrence McKenna. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Right here.
Right here. Okay. They did a book, and it contains 3 chapters on the I Ching. Chapter 8, the I Ching as lunar calendar and astronomical calendar. Chapter 9, order of the I Ching. Let's see. Okay, in Chapter 8, the authors note that a lunation is 29.53 days.
How many?
So that 29.53 days.
Okay.
So that there are 383 days in 13 lunar months. The moon goes through its going from new, all dark, to full, then back to dark again 13 times every year. So that's why the number 13 comes up in magic and stuff so much. Okay. The author states that a lunation of 29.53 days, he notes that a lunation, 29.53 days, so there are 383.89 days in 13 lunar months. Well, 29.53 times 13 equals 383.89. Rounded off, this is 384 days, which is exactly the number of lines in the 64 hexagrams, as in 64 times 64 equals 384. If you see a picture of all the hexagrams, and you count all those little lines, it'll come out to 384 lines. Multiplying 384 by 64, the number of hexagrams, gives 67 solar years and 104.25 days, which the authors note is equal to 6 sunspot cycles, each cycle being 11.2 years. Multiplying 67 solar years and 104.25 days by 64 gives 2 zodiacal ages, approximately 4,400 years, as in 2 of those ages, where for 2,000 years it's in one sign, next 2,000 years it's in another.
Another sign.
And multiplying this by 64 yields 25,836 years, which is one complete precession of the equinoxes, 26,000 years. As in one wobble, 26,000 years.
Wow.
That's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that is in the I Ching. So I mean, you kind of think of divination or fortune telling. There's a lot more to it. It's like cells in cells in an organism. You get more and more powerful microscopes. No matter how deep you go, you keep finding more. You get Hubble telescopes, you keep getting more and more powerful telescopes. No matter how deep you go, you see more of space. You see more galaxies. That's what the I Ching is like.
So you never really, for you, I Ching guy, it's just going to be a continual study because
That neighbor of ours had said that, Ted. He said, yeah, the I Ching, you could spend the rest of your life studying that thing. You still won't know it all. Yes, that's what it's like.
because it opens a new chapter and then another new chapter. And
Like no matter how deep you get, you will find yet another layer. And that's the way the universe is.
right.
Or as the I Ching itself calls it, the cosmos, as in everything around you. This is a Chinese idea. That the trees, the grass, the sky, the earth, space, all of that is the cosmos. So that's the kind of thing that's going on with the I Ching. Also, I was about to say I don't have a picture, but I do actually. I believe I have them here, hopefully. Okay, here you go. Put it on dice cam, please.
Here we
See,
go.
those are all the hexagrams right there.
The possible hexagrams.
Yes, there's 64 of them. And, like they were saying, all these lines, if you added all of them up, it would be 384. Also, look at it closely. You notice how it is a binary code. For those of you who don't know, a binary code is a typical one that we know is ones and zeros. That's what computers think in terms of. Everything to them is just different combinations of ones and zeros. Now look at this thing. It's different combinations of just two things, a solid line and a broken line. This goes back 5,000 years. So you think of a binary code as, oh, that's a new thing for computers. No. The people who wrote the I Ching already came up with that idea.
5,000 years ago.
That this is the original binary code right here. And that's what you got here, different combinations of ones and zeros.
So that makes it that there's 64 hexagrams, and how many different answers could you get?
4,096, because as we saw, one can lead to one hexagram. Could we put on dice cam again for me, please? Yeah, they're getting it.
I like that.
Yeah,
Like
it was
dancing.
different instead of just going to it. It was like, as you saw there, one hex. Sometimes you'll get the I Ching will give you just one answer. It'll say this. You say what is whatever, who is whatever, what's going on, and it'll say this is your answer. Sometimes it'll have one or more changing lines. Now, in that one for Tanya, she had four. The I Ching had four changing lines, which led to another. So you think there's 8 trigrams. Well, it's the cover of a book. Let me see if I'm not allowed to show the cover of a book. Okay, if you could turn that dice cam on one more time. See, these are trigrams, only 3 lines on each. So that one, is earth, that's water. A hexagram is 2 of these, one stacked on top of the other. Hence, you get this one right here, hexagram number 16. So, you could say that's 8. So there's 8 different of these trigrams. So combination of 8 different things, that's 8 times 8 equals 64. Well, there are 64 hexagrams. And so since sometimes, as you just saw, I Ching can have a hexagram which leads you to one hexagram and then goes to another one. That's 64 times 64, which is 4,096. 4,096. So when you ask the I Ching a question, there are 4,096 different possible answers it can give you. So, you know, whatever you're asking, I Ching can handle it.
And what's interesting is that this is obvious, but the more complicated the answer, the more changing lines we get. So
Well, the more changing lines, it tends to
be more of a complicated,
more of a complicated,
yeah,
like
situation.
just one
Could be
situation.
situation, yeah.
Situation. You know, one or two lines changing, sort of some complexity, but
Yeah, and we have had them where there's no changing lines. We had one.
yeah, because sometimes the I Ching. So, for example, I knew this one guy in Miami, and not too long. I hadn't talked to him in years, and I talked to him again. And when I knew him in Miami, he was pretty much an airhead. Okay, let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And then I talked to him on the phone again. This is years later. And I could tell he did not change whatsoever. He is exactly, he's not progressed, he's not changed. No change for the worse, no change for the better, just the same airhead he always was. And so I asked I Ching to give me some insight on him. And I won't say what hexagram it was, but it gave me just one hexagram. And I thought, did no changing lines. And I realized, oh, okay, the I Ching is saying it's not like this guy, you know, right now he is this, but in the future he will be this other thing. No, he'll just keep staying the same for the rest of his life, the same airhead that he always was.
Speaking of the future, what is the fortune of today?
Oh, yes. Very
Oh,
good.
sheesh, yes.
Thank you.
Very good, very good.
Do you want me to take them first? I'm going to kind of, usually I
Maybe
take off
don't look.
top, but I'm going to dig down. Okay, I dug down for this one. Ah, something nice is coming to you in the mail.
I can't put in bed at the end.
No, you can't.
I want one too.
Okay.
Oh,
You want to come out here and pick one?
oh yeah.
Come
Let
on
the
here.
glow lady pick one.
Come on out, Glow Lady.
This one.
Okay.
Oh, maybe you want to read it.